little guy. Where's the fish? See you later, buddy. What's going on YouTube? Real Patriots Fishing here, and today I want to talk a little bit about this tadpole that I've been throwing called the ZaZa Tadpole. I get a lot of questions on this bait that I use for bass fishing. A lot of questions on what is my go-to bait when fishing is really tough and I'm not getting any bites. So here's what they are. This is the Nikko ZaZa Tadpole. They're really small. It's really kind of hard to fish if you're a power fisherman, but if you like to finesse fish, if you like to kind of micro fish for bass or even bluegill or crappie, this is a really good bait to use. This is a bait made out of Japan, obviously. And all it is, it's a little tadpole that you put on, a small jig head like this, just rigged up. You can rig this a couple different ways. You can drop shot this. You can Texas rig this. You could put it just on a jig head. You could wacky rig this. There's a lot of different things you can do. And one of the reasons I like the bait, other than that it catches a lot of different fish and not just small fish, it'll catch quite large fish as well, is look at the stretchability of this bait. I mean, that's crazy. The elasticity of these baits is insane. The worst part about this bait is trying to get it on that little jig head because it's so elastic. I mean, I can't break this apart. I mean, I'm pulling very hard and it just goes right back to it. So because of that elasticity and because of the way that these are made, they're so dang durable. I've had this pack of baits for 5 years and I've only used 2 or 3 of them. And that's because I've lost them, not because they've broke. Sometimes, occasionally, you'll get a little tiny foot ripped off of them or you'll get something else. But you can see in this video here that I fish it quite a bit. In the last 2 videos that I've been out, I fish it quite a bit. Now, the best time of the year to throw this bait is early spring and early summer. So, that spring to summer transition time can get kind of difficult when the weeds start coming in. But you can fish this in open water against docks, underneath the dock. These will catch crappie too. These will catch really big crappie. Now they come in about 4 or 5 different colors. There's a white one, there's a black one. This color here is just straight green pumpkin, but the one that I probably throw the most is the watermelon red flake. It not only represents a lot of the smaller tadpoles that we find in the water here, but it will also kind of mimic a small bluegill. So this bait's very versatile. A lot of times, if you're watching my videos, I throw it out, I let it sink, I let it hit the bottom, and then I slowly pick up and maybe do a pop or 2 and slowly reel in. A lot of the times those fish are going to hit it on the drop. And that's why it's important to throw it on a little micro finesse jig head, because that's going to allow it to fall in the water column a lot slower. Now, you can fish this against bridge pilings and docks and other stuff like I tell you. But because of this exposed hook, you do get a lot of hang-ups. Now, because I'm in the kayak, it's not that big of a deal because I'm fishing a couple feet of water. I can stick the rod down in there and pull it out with no problem. I like to fish this on 10-pound braid. I know it might be a little heavy, but I fish it on the Beyond braid. I really don't have a preference in braid, but I fished it on a Beyond braid on a small ultralight. This is a symmetry rod, and this is a light action fast rod. It's pretty small. This rod is a 6-foot rod. It comes paired with their own symmetry fishing rod, reel, spinning reel. I think it's like 40 or 50 bucks for this on Amazon when I bought it. It's great for micro fishing. It's great for kayak fishing if you're going to kayak fish. I mean, I know a lot of people like to throw these big giant, 7.3 rods or whatever they have. not me. If I'm in the kayak, I'm going to stick to something a little bit smaller, just because, yeah, I'm going to be up in the trees with my rod sticking up. I'm going to be all over the place. The video that you're about to watch shows me catching a couple fish using the ZaZa Tadpole, kind of how I work it. The other video from the other day, same bait, same exact reservoir, same exact spots, still catching the same fish. So it works. Now, like I said, once those weeds start to really come in, it's going to be kind of hard to fish this. That's when I'll transition more to like a wacky rig or a wacky worm, or a fluke style bait, something that just hovers in that water column right outside of that weed line. I have used these in the fall. I haven't had as good as luck as I have in the spring, obviously. I think it's because obviously there's frogs hatching out there on the reservoirs and the lakes, and this is what mimics that transition period. So go out, get you a bag of these. I'm going to put a link in the description for these. I buy mine through Amazon. I think you can go directly to the Nikko website and order directly from Japan, but it's obviously going to take some time to get here. The baits are not cheap, not much more than any other baits right now, to be honest with you, but they're not cheap for what you get. But the amount of fish that you'll catch on these once you get comfortable using them, it's worth the money. I will tell you, I've given these to about 4 or 5 different people. And when they put it on their rod, they throw it a couple times and they're kind of like, this isn't for me. It's a little bit hard to fish. They're not comfortable with just that small jig head. And what I say is, if you're not comfortable with that smaller jig head, that's when you need to neck down on your fishing pole size and your line weight. Fish it like you're going to fish for crappie, but you're going to catch bass as well. So again, I'm not sponsored by Nikko Baits. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I'm just telling you what I use during tough situations to kind of get me through those periods. Now, Nikko makes a bunch of different baits now. They make saltwater baits, they make freshwater baits. Check out their website. It's pretty cool, some of the stuff they have. Again, Japan is always coming out with kind of different things for bass fishing, and you can kind of see that transitioning into the bass fishing world right now, and over the last, probably 5 to 10 years. So this is the 532 CO2 Watermelon Red Flake 2.9. Your jig heads, those are your preferences. I can see if I can find a link to those as well. I'll link those in the description so you have the complete setup. But go out there, try it. Let me know if you catch anything. These things are really good for small creeks and canals and where you're kind of micro fishing. So if you're really into micro fishing, check this bait out. If I go out and I start throwing this in the morning or the afternoon, and I'm not getting bluegill to hit it, and I'm not getting perch to hit it, and I'm not getting bass to hit it, I know that is going to be a tough day of fishing. And I'm going to have to throw a lot of different baits to figure out what they want. Now, again, it's finesse fishing, so if you're a power fisherman and you're used to fishing big rods and you only want to fish big rods and power fish and, throw bait casters, this ain't for you. This ain't for you, and that's fine. Everybody has their own thing that they like during bass fishing. This is one of my favorites because it catches everything, and it's just fun. I mean, I caught a bluegill, a pike, a yellow perch, a bass, and a catfish all in one day on this bait. So it's a versatile bait that you can use anywhere. Maybe not any situation because it's hard to throw in the wind, but I'll throw it in the wind too because I have confidence in this bait. So if I've rotated through my baits and I'm not catching anything, this is the next thing that's this rod is in my hand with this bait tied on. That's how much confidence I have in it. So again, watch this video. Subscribe to the channel, please. Hit that like button. Drop a comment. Let me know if you fish these. If you're interested in these, or if you have questions on these, or if you hate them, if you've thrown them and you've never caught a fish on them and you hate them, because like I said, I've given them to a couple guys and they haven't caught anything on them, but I don't really think they've thrown them that long either. So, that's, if you don't have confidence in it and you're not catching fish, then I wouldn't throw it either. Everyone's got their own thing. So again, thank you guys for your channel support. I appreciate it. It drives me to continue making content with your questions. I'm gonna do basically a whole series on just nothing but kayak fishing over the next couple months, probably a year. I'm not really gonna be taking the boat out that much. Obviously, because of the leg injury, I'm very limited. But a huge shout out to my two buddies, Ron and Ryan, have gotten me out on the water, a few times. And without their help, I wouldn't be able to do it, obviously. And it's a big part of my recovery process. And being out there on the water, turning that pedal, has been a great source of physical therapy for me, actually. I feel better coming off the water than I do before I get on the water. If you're looking into getting into kayak fishing and you have an injury, hit me up, ask me some questions. My injury was very extensive. It's been a long process. And so this has helped me quite a bit. Quite a bit. All right, guys. So stay tuned. Videos of fish coming up. There's one. Oh, that was a good bass. Yeah, that was a pretty good sized one. Fishing it really slow though. Yeah, tadpole.
Tadpole, it's no longer a tadpole.
Tadpole. I didn't even know I had him. I just started reeling in and he picked up the slack.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what happens exactly.
Yeah. Come on. Just gotta hit him in the head.
I guess so.
It's a nice fish there. Oh, the old brush hog. Yeah, buddy. Woo! They're probably gar.
They may have been.
Yeah.
I'm just now coming out of that cove.
Oh, okay.
Y'all had any luck or what?
I've caught two.
Who did?
I did.
Oh, you did? Cool.
Yeah.
Good deal. What you catch, bass or?
Yeah, two bass.
Nice.
One really good one and one medium-sized one. So.
I heard that.
Yeah. One on the.
I got the GoPro back on.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So when I got here and turned it on and stuff, it said it was too hot. And then so I think when I got here and plugged it in and with the charging and stuff, I guess it got too hot again and turned itself off.
Oh. It's not even that hot out. That's weird.
Well, I probably did something today I probably shouldn't have. I left it in my truck at work. And I probably should have carried it into work with me.
I got another one. A good one.
Darn.
Same tree I caught that last one.
What are you catching them on, tadpole?
Tadpole and a brush hog. Oh, that's a good fish. Oh man, it's a big pike. Woo! He's angry. This is gonna be fun. I don't have any fish grips, but all right, man. Let me let you go.
All right,
Bye. Big old pike.
Oh yeah.
Boy, he is pissed. I don't even want to bring him in. Big old pike, guys. I don't know if you can see it, but
like that. Came right out. See you later, dude. There we go, guys. One more.